Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga, day 25 of our self-love challenge. And today we're going to be bringing self-love and self-compassion and acceptance to the parts within ourselves that feel guilt or shame. And guilt and shame is actually non-existent in the higher realms. It's only existent in these low vibrational densities. So we want to heal this aspect of ourselves. We all feel some guilt and shame, even if it's hidden or it's suppressed and or unconscious. So anything that we feel, any kind of self-loathing, any shame, any embarrassment, any guilt, regret, remorse, we want to allow that to come up if it's there, allow it a situation to come up that might have provoked those emotions, or maybe something someone had said or something that you experienced that made you feel any of those emotions. You probably were young when you first felt something like that. I remember my experience, the first time I really felt some deep shame. uh, I'll tell you the experience just to help you. We were camping, and I was 10, and there was a little boy. It was my aunt's new husband's son. So I didn't know him very well, but he was 5. And we were sitting by a campfire. It was just he and I. It was in the daytime. And he started kicking sand into my face, and he just kept doing it. And I told him no, and I told him no. And after about the 5th time I had told him to please stop, I just lost it on him, and I started screaming at him. I never hit him, but I kind of blew up. I definitely blew up. And the reaction of the adults was tremendous shame. I actually was punished. I wasn't able to go to the beach the whole next day. And I remember that next day just feeling that feeling in my gut of just in my heart of that hollowness and that shame and embarrassment. And as I have gone back and reviewed that circumstance, that situation, I can be the parent to myself of the adults at the time. I believe weren't very conscious, weren't very compassionate at that time towards me, and to make a child when they're very upset, not knowing the circumstances, to shame them isn't the highest form of consciousness in parenting. So I could come back and I can review that circumstance and experience all that pain that I had felt. And I can be that conscious adult for myself and say, I understand, you're very frustrated, you're just under pressure and you lost it. And there's nothing wrong with you. You're not bad, you're not guilty, nothing to feel ashamed of. And let me comfort you, and let me be here with you, and let you know that you are still beautiful, you're whole and complete. So I invite you to, if you had an experience where you were made to feel guilty or wrong or bad or shameful, or if your inner critic, your inner judge made you feel regret, remorse, any of those self-loathing kind of feelings, then we're going to take this 10 minutes today to be that comforting adult that we may not have had. And rather that adult, rather than, even if it's an inner judge or inner critic, rather than be that harsh judge, and we're going to be that compassionate, accepting, loving, comforting space, that conscious adult that's there for the child and does the exact opposite of shame them. But lets them know they're still whole, beautiful, and complete. And we all have emotions. We all get upset at times, and it's okay, or whatever the circumstance was for you. And it might have been that you did something that wasn't appropriate. And for me, yeah, I probably surely overreacted. But to have that, love and a call for love, answer that call for love within you and learn from the experience. Learn from the experience that you can have higher expression, that you can do it a little differently, maybe more consciously next time. We're all learning and we're growing. And every experience, if we can learn from, is never a mistake. It's always a learning opportunity. So let's begin our 10 minutes of compassion towards ourselves. I, all right, right. Finding a nice comfortable seat, acknowledging that earth underneath you, whether it's a chair or directly on the earth, supporting your body. And beginning to bring the breath down to the lower abdomen as you watch the breath. Maybe inhale, expanding that lower belly. With the exhale, allowing that navel to come in towards the spine. Feeling centered and at peace. And bringing any memory of any time, and only one is really necessary, where you may have felt guilty, regretful, ashamed, shame. And we're going to be that conscious, loving, compassionate parent to ourselves right now and talk to ourselves that maybe it's a child, maybe it's a more recent experience. We can still be that loving, compassionate space for our adult self and our adult experiences. Always being that, all for it. And begin to talk to yourself in that loving, comforting voice. Maybe ask what you need and sending yourself great love. And always feeling free. If you feel complete with one experience, you can move on to another or stay with the same one until you feel a deep sense of healing and peace. And that sense of guilt is dissolved, knowing that your true identity, your eternal identity, is a infinite soul power that is wholly innocent. And that innocence of your soul can never be threatened, never be lost, never be taken away. It is a permanent, eternal state. A permanent aspect of your true nature. And as we come into this physical incarnation, face all the challenges and the contrasts. Sometimes we may do things that appear that we're guilty, but nothing we do is going to alter that pure innocence. Yes, it can create karma. Yes, it can impact relationships. It can impact the physical, but it can't take away your holy, innocent, true nature. Being generous with your love and compassion, warmth and kindness. Surrounding and immersing that self with pure love and acceptance. Allowing your own self-love to burn up and clear away any low vibrational guilt or shame, so that your heart can be pure and open. There's no fear, nothing you need to hide or push down. And in this last minute of meditation, see how much love, acceptance, forgiveness, kindness, warmth you can give yourself. absolute and total forgiveness. See, that call for love, that innocent confusion rather than guilt or shame as we learn and grow in this challenging playground of Earth. And taking one last deep breath into the belly. You begin to come back. And when you're ready, opening up your eyes. Thank you for joining me for Ecstatic Yoga 30-day self-love challenge and bringing this throughout the day of acceptance and love and seeing your anything that seems like any type of transgression for you as that call for help, that innocent confusion, and learn and grow from it and be that kinder space, that more loving space. Find that more conscious choice as we all are on the same path of learning to be more kind, more conscious in all our actions and reactions. Thank you for joining me. I hope you can feel and immerse and surround yourself with infinite love today and forgiveness and kindness and acceptance. I am Grace with Ecstatic Yoga and wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.